There's only one that can do what Caitlin Clark did. Bring all those eyes. For pure basketball purists, there's nobody like her. On the court, what she did, and I don't know if you saw, Indiana Fever yesterday posted this clip of Caitlin, and the caption was just her accolades, and it took 5 minutes to read, and I'm like, girl, do you want to chill at all? She doesn't know.
Zero. And listen, I think this is probably the easiest decision to make.
Caitlin Clark is rewriting the playbook on what it means to be a basketball superstar after a jaw-dropping season that already left fans and analysts speechless. She's managed to outdo herself. Yet again, her latest achievement, crushing records in a way no athlete has in recent memory. The Twist Clark hasn't even laced up her sneakers for this one. She swept some of the most prestigious sporting awards, claiming titles like Times Athlete of the Year, SBJ's Business Athlete of the Year, and AP Female Athlete of the Year. She's on a winning streak that no one seems able to stop or even keep up with. These aren't just WNBA or basketball awards. They cover the entire realm of athletics. Let that sink in all right so.
So Caitlin Clark is the face, the head honcho of the WNBA. Quite frank, I don't know how this is still in existence, but she is bringing butts to the seat, and that's all that matters. She's marketable. She got charisma.
But not everyone celebrating enter Angel Reese, whose reaction to Clark's success is well less than gracious. Reese doesn't just disagree. She's openly dismissing Clark's well-deserved recognition. Is Reese just refusing to acknowledge greatness? Or is there something deeper behind this?
I mean, close talent-wise, though. Let's keep it real, right? It's obvious she's jealous of Caitlin. Every interview, every tweet, everything is about Caitlin. I haven't yet to see Caitlin even respond to her yet. We talk about, like, Angel saying that she had a part of it. I get what she's saying, but she seeked that attention, right? And then we did all this. That wasn't into that team. She was seeking for it. She kept trying to find her to do this to her, get the attention.
Can you even believe the chaos swirling around Caitlin Clark's success? This isn't just about another award. It's about a so-called rivalry that's stirring up drama everywhere. But let's be real, it's not much of a rivalry when one side is breaking records and the other seems more focused on keeping up with social media trends than on-court achievements.
Her attention she's getting, she's earned from outside of the game. When I watch her play, I mean, does that look special? You think people are coming to attendance to see some rebounds? Cool. So 11 points per game, that's the 5th highest on her team. Well, that's cool. So when we look at the attendance, like who's really watching the games, right? She said Angels team, right, in Chicago. And their attendance, 6,000, 6,000, 12,000, 9,000, 8,000, 8,000, and then 17,000. Whoa, why was it 17,000? Who she played? Who think she played? Caitlin
Clark. This story has everything: Clark's unmatched skill, her relentless drive, and Reese's eyebrow-raising reactions. It's no wonder the basketball world can't stop talking. But the real question is, why does Clark's well-earned recognition seem to rattle Reese so much? Is it jealousy, denial, or just an unwillingness to admit greatness when it's staring her in the face?
Hey, who the is not marketable is this Reese, who seems to feel like people are going to games to see her. She's flabbergasted on why she's not being marketed. You go to this girl TikTok, Instagram, whatever social media she has. I did a little stalking, and you know what she reminds me of? Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, that's who she reminds me of. Hot girl summer turn.
Let's get into it. Caitlin Clark's latest achievements are no fluke. They're the product of a season that has completely redefined what it means to have a breakout year. In the WNBA, her stats are poised, and her ability to deliver in the clutch make her dominance undeniable. Curious how she pulled it all off? Don't worry, we're about to break it down.
Just have to understand that when a transformational figure enters the fray, you got to pause and then isolate and compartmentalize and give them the love that they're due. And in this case, it belongs to Caitlin Clark.
First up, let's talk about Caitlin Clark's record-breaking dominance, because she didn't just set records, she obliterated them in jaw-dropping fashion. 62. That's the number of records Clark smashed in just her rookie year. Let that sink in. This isn't just history in the making. It's a complete redefinition of what's possible in the WNBA. While most players dream of breaking 1 or 2 records, Clark took the record book and rewrote it entirely.
It's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star. If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said, because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. It's only 22.
And the best part, her achievements aren't just numbers on paper. They translate into wins. Clark was the driving force behind the Indiana Fever clinching their first playoff spot in nearly a decade, yes. She's a standout individually, but her impact has transformed her team's entire trajectory. That's the difference between being great and being legendary. Smart history. For the C rookie, this point continue to be myself, and I think a lot of good will come from that. And it doesn't stop there. Clark's influence off the court is equally game-changing. Get this: WNBA merchandise sales skyrocketed by an unbelievable 500% during her rookie season. That's not a misprint, a six-fold surge driven by her incredible appeal. Clark didn't just sell jerseys. She turned the WNBA into a must-watch brand. Attendance is breaking records, viewership is climbing to new heights, and the league is reaching audiences it's never connected with before. Clark isn't just a star, she's a movement. This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. Even sports economists are starting to feel the Caitlin Clark effect. The Olavial, a prominent expert, didn't hold back, calling Clark a lightning rod for women's basketball. And she's spot on. Clark's impact isn't just rewriting history, it's rewriting the future of the sport. Some are even drawing comparisons to Michael Jordan, crediting her with revolutionizing the game's popularity on a scale few thought possible.
You know well enough that in 1984, when Michael Jordan came into the NBA, the ratings in the NBA were not great. Chicago Stadium was, a third full. He's getting the lion's share of the attention. The games are now all of his games are on TV. And he just was a polarizing figure. And Tiger Woods was like that when he went to the PGA as well. He changed the total economics of golf the same way Michael Jordan changed the financial economics of the NBA.
Now let's talk numbers, because Clark's rookie season isn't just a spectacle, it's a gold mine. Her presence alone is estimated to have pumped a jaw-dropping $36 million into the Indianapolis economy. Let that sink in. That's the kind of ripple effect that gets team owners and city officials grinning from ear to ear. And it doesn't stop there. Lab predicts that women's professional basketball as a whole is on track to grow by an astonishing $6 billion over the next 3 years, all thanks to this phenomenon named Caitlin Clark. Yes, that's billion, with a capital B. Game changer indeed.
I'm going to look at this the way I did with Michael Jordan. Now, she's not the Michael Jordan of her sport as far as athleticism, playing, dominating. But Asia Wilson is the best player in the game. Not even a debate. But I'm talking about value now. Value to a franchise, value to a league, getting your team in the playoffs. They had the number one pick. They were the worst team last year. And there is value that I can attach to.
So what does all of this mean? Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player. She's a phenomenon on the court. She's redefining what it means to be a generational talent off the court. She's drawing in droves of new fans, turning casual viewers into devoted supporters, and driving an economic surge unlike anything the WNBA has ever seen. This isn't just star power. This is transformation in action.
Talking about value, Michael Jordan was the most valuable player every single year because of what he meant to his team and what he meant to the league. And, oh, by the way, winning 6 titles. Can't argue with that. Caitlin Clark may not win titles. Las Vegas is still a great team. But the fact that she is doing what she's doing and at a very high level, it's now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in the league.
But here's where the story takes a twist. You might think Clark's triumph was smooth sailing, but one name keeps popping up. Angel Reese. The media hyped their so-called rivalry as a dramatic showdown, a clash of titans that would go down in basketball lore. But was the competition ever truly close? The answer might surprise you.
Not marketable because of the way you present yourself. Oh, look at me, I'm hot girl summer, high turn, that girl turn. Like, go sit your ass down. People are only looking at you because you're competing with Caitlin. If there's a game, they're showing up for Caitlin, not for you. Focus on your game. That's what you need to do.
The media couldn't get enough of the so-called rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, painting them as two rising stars locked in a dramatic season-long showdown. It was like a sports drama unfolding in real life, with headlines and sound bites hyping up their every move. But as the season progressed, people started to wonder, was this rivalry even real, or was it all smoke and mirrors crafted by the media?
Want to know why? Because she got that MJ mentality. She in there training nonstop. That's why she busting threes out. Meanwhile, you on
The truth became glaringly obvious when Caitlin Clark won the Rookie of the Year award and earned a spot on the All-WNBA first team. As a rookie, it wasn't just a victory, it was a definitive drop the mic moment that dismantled any notion of a neck race. Reese wasn't pleased, and she made that known publicly, expressing her dissatisfaction. Reese claimed Clark didn't deserve the accolades. Her reaction sent the internet into a frenzy, igniting debates and dividing fans across the basketball world. But was her outrage purely emotional, or was something deeper bubbling beneath the surface?
What is your stance on that?
So my whole thing was like, when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm like, cool. Like, the pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can just hoop. So I'm like, all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
Well, yeah.
And they're like, oh,
I'm still a rookie. I'm still figuring it out. Trying to figure things.
Here's the reality. Caitlin Clark isn't chasing rivals. She's chasing greatness. Her isn't about competing with others. It's about pushing herself to new heights. She has the skill and focus to revolutionize women's basketball with, or without, a rivalry to spur her on. Clark's brilliance on the court is undeniable, and it's drawing more eyes to the WNBA than ever before. She's not just a player, she's lifting the entire sport, inspiring a new wave of fans and proving that women's basketball is a force to be reckoned with.
Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her? Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone. Moses Malone was relentless. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
Let's be fair, while Angel Reese's on-court skills may not match Caitlin Clark's, she's still drawing attention to women's basketball. And that's not entirely a bad thing, right? Think about it. When was the last time 2 WNBA rookies caused as much buzz? One for her unparalleled skill and poise, and the other, well, for her antics and social media escapades. The internet is ablaze with highlights, debates, and fiery opinions. Whether your team Clark or Team Reed, the fact remains these two have brought unprecedented energy to the league, turning women's basketball into a trending topic.
Her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that.
But there's no mistaking the fact that Caitlin Clark is leading the charge. Her athletic awards aren't just shiny trophies. They signify a seismic shift. For the WNBA, Clark isn't simply breaking records. She's shattering perceptions of what's possible. Her ability to captivate fans, dominate on the court, and generate worldwide buzz is nothing short of revolutionary. People aren't just labeling her a star, they're calling her a transformative force, a player who could reshape the very foundation of the...
That skinny white girl was the best thing that ever happened to the WNBA. She's already the most exciting and entertaining player in the league, the entire league, the one you can't take your eyes off of.
Of course, with the spotlight comes its fair share of critics. Not everyone in the WNBA is thrilled about Clark's meteoric rise. Some veterans and basketball legends have raised concerns, claiming that the intense focus on one player might overshadow other deserving athletes and threaten the team-first ethos that defines the game. It's a valid critique, and one that has sparked lively debates across the basketball community.
Angel Wilson is her name. Quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is."
So what's behind the pushback against Caitlin Clark? For some, it's about fairness. Critics argue that other players who contributed greatly to the league aren't getting the recognition they deserve. Others worry that the constant hype surrounding Clark could set unrealistic expectations or overshadow the collaborative effort that makes basketball so unique. But here's the plot twist. All this buzz, debate, and even controversy might actually be the best thing to happen to women's basketball in years wide, because it's getting people talking about the WNBA like never before.